able to profit from AI, learn how to make money with AI in the next 30 days without any tech experience or coding knowledge? If that's you, drop a yes in the chat. If you're like, hell yeah, bro, I've been watching AI, I've been trying to learn it, I want to get started, I don't know how, I don't know where, then my friend, you are at the right place. But before I get started, I want to ask you a quick question. Does AI advancement feel like it's moving at 1,000 miles per hour and you feel overwhelmed? It's like there's something new every day coming up. You know, chat, open AI doing this company doing that thing doing that. Drop a yes in the chat if it just feels like it's moving so fast and you are so overwhelmed and don't even know where to start or what to do. Are you afraid of getting replaced by AI? Maybe you have a job, you've got a career. Maybe you're seeing all these, which company was it the other day? I believe it was Microsoft, or maybe it was OpenAI. They literally removed an entire division and replaced it by agentic AI, which we'll be talking about today. Are you afraid that maybe that's going to be you one day? Are you afraid that you are a business owner and your competition seems to be more fierce than ever because they are implementing AI and you just don't know where to start? You don't know how to leverage AI. You don't know what to do. If you answered yes to any of those questions, then I want you to first drop a yes in the chat, but I want you to understand that you are in the right place, okay? My goal for you is to show you how not to get left behind, but instead get ahead, and lead from the front, because you all are leaders. You all are leaders and you deserve to be leading from the front, okay? So my promise to you today is that I will show you how to become a certified AI business strategist and land your first paying client in 30 days. Again, my promise to you is that you can become a certified AI business strategist and land your first paying client in 30 days. Drop a yes in the chat if that sounds exciting. But what's most importantly is that you don't need to know how to sell stuff. If you've never sold anything before, no problem. If you don't know coding, no problem. If you don't have any technical experience, no freaking problem. Does that sound exciting? If that sounds exciting, drop a heck yes in the chat, okay? And this is to show you guys a few of our students that we've worked with over the past years. You see, BJK University was founded in 2019, and since then, we have worked and delivered results to over 20,000 people. Now, if you are one of our students and you see your face on screen, now, obviously we couldn't fit everybody, but if you can see your face on this screen, drop me in the chat, me in big capital letters. Drop me in the chat if you see your face in here. And I hope everyone on the screen is here. If you are part of our community and I don't have your face on the screen, I apologize. All right. Now, listen, you, my friends, are all in the right place if you are all in the right place if you are a 9-to-5er and you want to add a second income stream or fully transition out of your current career. Number two, if you are a marketer, you realize that because of AI, the services you used to charge thousands of dollars for are no longer valuable. And number three, if you are a business owner, you want to implement AI to grow and scale your business efficiently and not get destroyed and crushed by the competition. If you are one of those three people, one of those three buckets, drop a yes in the chat, okay? And if you drop the yes in the chat, then you, my friend, are in the right place, okay? Now, here's what we're going to cover today. We will show you how to take full advantage of this AI gold rush. In the 1800s, I think it was the gold rush of California. Today, it's the AI gold rush, okay? How you don't have to be techie or know code to profit from AI, and how to tap into the fire hose of businesses seeking for AI solutions. They are desperately seeking for AI solutions and who are willing to pay you at least, at minimum, between $500 to $2,000 per AI implementation. And they're like, man, just the word AI implementation, that sounds complicated. I will show you how within minutes you can actually get paid this $500, $2,000, but you just got to stick until the end. Well, we'll also cover today how you can get certified as an AI business strategist and land your first paying client in 30 days. And also, if you stay until the end of this presentation, I will show you how to build your first AI agent in minutes. Your first AI agent in minutes. 2 strategies. We have several strategies, but I'll reveal to you 2 of them on how to find businesses willing to pay you between $500 to $2,000, and how a simple half-a-page script you can copy paste, which will help you land your first client in a matter of days. How many here would love to do at least one of those things on screen? If you do, drop a yes in the chat. If you're like, man, I want to make money. I want to make $500, $2,000 in the next 30 days. I want to spend a few minutes to make 2 grand. I want to do that. Well, if that's you, drop a yes in the chat, my friend. All right. And as I mentioned, I will answer all of your questions. That is my promise to you. I will not go to sleep tonight unless all of your questions are answered. So be sure, do not leave here today unless they are all answered. Okay? Also, if you stay until the end, I've got a few gifts for you. The first one is a business locator starter kit. This is something that we actually have created for our clients. People pay thousands of dollars to get access to this. We're going to give it to you for free. This is this is a list of 22 small businesses that are ready to get help. This is not just like 22 businesses, this 22 business categories, right? That are ready for you to help them with AI solutions and get paid between $500 to $2,000 starting this week. Starting this week, guys. Today is only Tuesday. By Sunday, you can literally make your first few $100s with AI, all right? And how you can win a one-on-one with me. Drop me in the chat if you would love to have a chance to have a one-on-one with me. I'm talking about uninterrupted, just you and I, FaceTime or Zoom call where we get to chat. I sell these sessions. I charge clients $3,000 per session. Well, if you stay until the end of this presentation, I will show you a way on how to win a free one-on-one call with me. Does that sound exciting? If that sounds exciting, be like, hell yeah in the chat. Hell yes in the chat. All right, cool. Well, listen, to understand how we ended up here, I have to tell you where we started and how we started, okay? You see, I don't know if you know about my story, but about a decade ago, I used to own a restaurant. And on April 28, 2015, I got a call from my bartender, John, telling me, after about 5 minutes of leaving the restaurant, telling me, boss, the kitchen caught on fire, okay? And by the time I got back, there was about half a dozen fire engines waiting outside, and I realized that I had no insurance to cover the damages. My landlord kicked me out. I was $150,000 in debt. I had nothing to my name. I lost hundreds of thousands of dollars. My family invested in me to help them build pretty much get to the American dream in America. This is only about 5-6 years after we migrated to the country, okay? Well, after going through depression, after trying to come out of that depression hole that I dug myself into, I discovered that I can sell products online, that I can make money online. This is actually a real picture on the right of me and my girlfriend at the time, who's not my wife, actually sitting outside, where we were just, going to different stores, scanning products, trying to find some things that we can sell online. And after about 3.5 years of doing this, I was able to retire my parents, marry the love of my life, and clear my $150,000 in debt, and begin living life on my own terms. And life began having a meaning. I started feeling like I am now accomplishing, I am now somebody. Because there was a moment in time where I was embarrassed to even look my father in the eyes because I felt like I had disappointed him. How many here can agree with that or can resonate with that? Maybe there's someone that you're trying to make proud. Maybe there's someone that is trying to make you proud. Maybe there's someone that you want to help, a family, a loved one. You want to retire someone. You want to be able to take care of them. When they give you a call, you want to be able to say, hey, no problem. How much is it? Hey, I got you. Here's this. Here's that, right? And that's when I started feeling true fulfillment. But you see, there was a moment in time where I realized there was a bigger calling than just me helping myself and my family. And that's when I started working with this guy named Zach Brown, 22-year-old kid from North Carolina, who all he wanted to do was he wanted to ride his dirt bike and go in tournaments around the country. But you see, he couldn't do that because he was a FedEx driver, driving about 12 to 14 hours per day, about 60, 70 hours per week, and he was stuck in a loop. And I was able to show him what I was doing. And within about 6 to 8 months, he was able to build a multi-six-figure business that allowed him to quit his job and pretty much retire mid-20s and go and focus on living his dreams. And that's when I realized I had something special. Not only do I now have a skill that can help me impact my life, but I have a skill that can help me impact other people's lives. And that's when BJK University was founded in early 2019. And BJK University was founded with a mission to impact 1 million lives by 2030 through empowering families with skills they can turn into income. And obviously, the very first skill that we leveraged, that we thought about to leverage was what? E-commerce, right? selling products online because that is what I was doing. So that made sense. But since the very first video that I launched on YouTube, the very first social media post, and this video was posted, you can see it on my YouTube channel, October 17, 2017. That's why I said this has been in the works for the last 8 years and 11 days. This was my very first video, and towards the end, I think the last like 3 or 4 minutes, I announced that my goal with BJK University is to provide people different ways to make money online. And for the last 6 years, I've been teaching them one way because that's what I focused on. But today, my friends, it's time for us to launch our second skill, to start teaching people our second way of making money online. And what is best? What is better than AI? Why? Because as I started looking around, what I realized is that AI is disrupting our day-to-day. AI is making a change in everything that we do. How many here believe that AI has disrupted your life? In a positive or a negative way, it doesn't matter. How many here feel like AI has actually made your life better? How many here, drop yes in the chat, if you have been leveraging AI on a day-to-day basis, whether if it's ChatGPT, whether if it's video editing, whether if it's for your business, for your fitness. I leverage it for my fitness. I leverage it for my marriage. I leverage it for business. I leverage it everywhere. If you agree, and if you've been leveraging AI, drop a yes in the chat. And if you're thinking, well, why exactly AI? Well, you see, AI, according to an article by Goldman Sachs, it could add $4.4 trillion in annual global income. Not to mention, 65% of organizations around the world now regularly use AI. We are one of those organizations. We use it every single day. Every single department or company uses AI at some capacity. Not to mention, survey shows that 91% of small businesses say that AI has boosted revenue. Let me say that one more time. 91% of small businesses, and those are the people you're going to be helping out, and I'll be sharing that with you here in just a moment. 91% of small businesses say that AI boosts revenue. So it's like, hey, they say they boost revenue, they need help, they don't know where to start, they don't know what to do, and that's where we come in, okay? That said, I am not an AI expert. I started selling online and started selling products online, so I started teaching it. But now I'm not an AI expert. We implement AI in different areas of our business, but that's all I know. And that's when I thought, well, but I feel like there's a gap in the market. I feel like people need to learn how to leverage AI to live a better life, to improve their lives, to have a better financial future. So then I thought to myself, well, heck, you don't need to be an AI expert. You can partner up with an AI expert. And as I was going through my Rolodex, I found out about Steve. Steven Helgart is someone that we've been working with for the last 3.5, 4 years at different capacities throughout our company. This is actually a picture at one of my favorite restaurants called Mastro's. How many here have heard of Mastro's? Those of you that are part of our team, you know Mastro's. We've eaten at Mastro's many times. Great steaks. If you want great steak, a little expensive though, go to Mastro's. This is Mastro's in Scottsdale, Arizona, where Steve actually lives. And I flew over to Arizona about 2 years ago to meet with Steve. This is us sitting here, and by the way, about 30 minutes after this picture was taken, that table, my God, it had probably like enough food for like 5 people. We sat there and we devoured it, both of us, right? So why Steve, you might be thinking? Well, you see, Steve has built and sold 3 7-figure businesses. Secondly, he is a previous top speaker and trainer for Tony Robbins. How many here know Tony Robbins? How many here have been to a Tony Robbins event? Drop a yes in the chat. How many here has had their lives impacted by Tony Robbins? Well, you know when they say there's a master behind the master. Well, Steve is one of those masters behind the master. He is one of those guys that actually made it happen for Tony to be able to get on stage and be able to have a room filled with thousands of people to deliver his message, deliver his impact, right? And not to mention, he is the founder of Scale and Success, which is an AI automation agency helping entrepreneurs implement AI systems. But I want to stop talking about Steve and about AI and actually want to bring up Steve so that way he can tell us a little bit about himself and about what it is that he does. So Steve, what's going on, my friend? How are you?
Aren't we supposed to have fireworks and stuff? Like
we had backup dancers, but I don't know where they are right now. Well, what's up, Steve? How are you, my friend?
I am perfect. I'm fantastic. I'm still a little upset. That's the picture you used because, look, I'm 6'1". I'm like barely 170 pounds. I look fat in that picture. Like that, I look huge.
Yeah,
Uh,
hey, hey,
but
hey,
no, I'm
it's
super
mistake. Blame
excited
it
to
on
be here.
Mastros, man. Blame it on Mastros.
Yeah, yeah, fantastic. So we should do a quick introduction, huh?
Yes, we should.
Well, listen, thank you guys so much for saying. I see a lot of people in the chat saying hi. I recognize a lot of names. I'm super excited that you guys are here. And as Bashar was saying, it's the same experience for me. I've been in marketing now for like 20 years. I had three businesses, and the business really, when you get into business, you got to learn marketing. So that's what I did. And in the last couple of years, about 3 years ago, when AI started to make the mainstream with ChatGPT and stuff, I started to notice because back in the day, people would message me almost every day. Hey, what do you think about this website? What do you think about this email? What do you think about this advertisement? And in the last like 2 years, my phone started to get really quiet. People stopped asking me for advice. They stopped asking about websites or headlines or emails or advertising. And they just started asking ChatGPT first. Even though I've got 20 years of experience, even though I've been pretty good at this stuff, I made every company I worked with millions and millions of dollars. And not to toot on my own horn and tell you how great I am, but I really started to notice that I was one of the first ones to kind of be laid off by AI. So I saw and I feel for you guys. A lot of you guys were posting inside of the chat here just a minute ago how Amazon let go of so many people. And I said Accenture let go of 11,000 people last week. And we see this wave coming. But you know what? It's got to be one of the greatest opportunities for you and I to not only make a really good living, but to help a lot of small business owners. So I'm extremely excited to be with you here today. And I've just got a couple of secrets I can share. Bashar, is it okay if I share my screen? Can I just go into this real
Yes,
quick, or
please go right ahead, man.
let me do that? I'm gonna do the slideshow, and I'm gonna share this bad boy. Can you guys let me know in the chat real quick? Can you see this okay? Does this look all right?
Yes, we
Yes,
see.
yes, 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 yes. All right, cool, fantastic. So listen, my friends, we broke it down into three secrets. And I want to tell you that I've been just obsessed with this AI stuff for the last 3 years. And again, before it even hit the mainstream, before ChatGPT and everything, I started to see this was coming. And God, I'm super excited to be with you because I can share. Here's what we've learned doing this AI stuff for the last couple of years. And I want to just give it to you. First and foremost, secret number one, be honest. Tell me in the chat. Do you feel like this is moving really fast and it's possible you missed the window of opportunity? Does anybody feel like that? Michael says yes. Simon, yes, 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 yes. But let me just reassure you for a second. And I've got some statistics to tell you. We are just at the beginning of this opportunity. And I want to stress this. You are not late. You are just on time. And here in the United States alone, I know there's a lot of people asking about different parts of the world. Yes, you can do this from wherever you live. As long as you've got a computer and you've got internet, you can do this, right? You can, some of the stuff you can do from your phone. But in the US alone, there are 35 million small businesses. That's a lot of businesses. And most of them still don't have any clue how to use this AI stuff. There was a big statistic that came up from the Small Business Administration here in the US. 8 out of 10 businesses who followed the survey, there was tens of thousands of people, 8 out of 10 said they know they needed AI to stay competitive. But the trouble is, they don't even know where to start. And I don't know about you guys, but just by being here today, I know that you're already ahead of most of the people because some people are just burying their heads in the sand saying, listen, I don't even know what to do. I don't know what this is about. I'm not very techie. Probably some of the same things that are going through your head. But I'll tell you, if we look at this, AI use cases in small businesses have exploded. Now, again, I think Bashar asked this already, but how many of you have used ChatGPT already? Just give me a yes in the chat. You've used ChatGPT or maybe Claude or Grok or anything. Is there anybody who hasn't used it? Like, this is fantastic. I use it constantly. Yeah, 100%. DeepSeek. There we go. We can try that too. Uh, Let me ask you a question. Do you know someone in your life that has not even touched these tools yet? Do you know anyone who's never used ChatGPT, never used Claude, never used this? Yes. So just understand that we are kind of on the cutting edge of this thing. And as much as we're obsessed with AI and we see it in the headlines and see it online and we see it everywhere, that's not everyone else's experience. Most people are scared to use it. Most people are terrified. Most people don't know where to start. And that's why it's so important that The biggest reason small businesses aren't using AI, it's not because of costs, it's not because it's expensive, it's because they don't even know where to start. They need someone like you to be able to guide them. And that's what this whole workshop here today is about, is just to understand that, yes, we're at the beginning of this, but you really got to understand that someone needs to step up, a leader like you, to step up first and say, no, here's how you use it. Here's how you can make things work. Here's how you can make more money with it. Here's how you can save more money. And it would gladly pay for that. And just, I got to tell you that everything that we're talking about here is about helping people. I don't know about you, but two words I live by: income and impact. I want to make a lot of money and I want to help a lot of people. That's all I care about. That's why Bashar and I get along so well, is because that's what we're here for. And I'm curious, does anybody else want to make a lot of money and make a lot of change a lot of lives? Does anybody else want to do that? Yes, yes. Like, you see, I'm kind of goofy and loving, but here's the truth. Like, we can all do this because the opportunity is so freaking massive. Look at this. 1% of companies, from Fortune 500 down to local mom and pop shops, 1% think they have AI figured out. That leaves 99% of businesses worldwide have no clue what they should be doing with AI. So that's why I'm saying this opportunity is just like, we can't even if every one of us on here, there's almost 400 people on here right now. If every one of us took on 10, 20, 30, 100 clients, we wouldn't even be scratching the surface of the opportunity that is AI. So I want you to not freak out that, oh my God, I'm late to this. You're not late. You're right on time. The opportunity is definitely wide open for this. But let me tell you, I wrote in a little secret here. The winners aren't going to be the first people to play with AI. Because you see online, there's all these AI opportunities, aren't there? Like, here's how to create an AI avatar. Here's how to do your headshot. Here's how to do this. The real winners are going to be the ones that help people use it in real businesses to help them create real results. That's what this is all about. Bashar, I'm curious. I know we've had several conversations about this now, but out of everything we talked about, I mean, should I be giving some examples here, or where is everyone at? What do you think?
I think it would be great if you can show us maybe a couple examples of like how, how implementing this actually looks like, and how much improvement that a business can experience. Whatever examples they can show, I think it'd be awesome for everyone to understand and see.
So how many of you guys have seen, has anybody seen examples of AI in businesses yet? Or are you still kind of unsure? Like, you don't know if it's AI? Because, there's basic examples. If you scroll on Netflix, what most people don't understand is that's AI, right? You're scrolling through Netflix and it's using an AI algorithm to figure out what you want to watch. That's what it's trying to do. But let me give you a couple of examples for like real small businesses that you could, if you want to, you can make a career out of this and sell these, right? So throw one in the chat if you're not a bot. Yeah, Nick, thanks. I'm not a bot, one. But here's a good one. I'll give you an example. Most small businesses that run advertisement on Facebook don't have a way to contact people. Has anybody heard the phrase advertising is a waste of money? Has anybody ever heard that? Just give me a yes or something. Now, let me know if you've heard that. When people are like, I don't want to advertise, it's a waste of money, it's stupid. Well, let me tell you why. Because when I go to Facebook and I see an ad for a plumber or a Windows installer or a car dealership, and I want to buy that thing, I click on their link, I fill out their form, and guess what happens? Anybody? Anybody know what happens when I fill out that form? Hind has got it. Nobody freaking calls me. Nobody texts me. Nobody emails me. Nobody calls me. Now, that advertisement was expensive for them to run. You're right. They did waste money. And here's the issue for a lot of small businesses. They don't have someone like you to help them build simple automations to make sure that they capture every phone call, capture every email, capture customer service. This is a huge moneymaker, not because it's like the fanciest thing to do, but it's because these businesses need your help. Is this making sense? I like what Nick said. Give me a one if it makes sense. If this is making sense, just type the number one if it's making sense. We're not here to go crazy with this technology and try to do the most advanced thing. What we want to do is help real businesses with real results. That's what we're after. Let me give you one more example. Did you know 52% of businesses never answer a single customer support email. 52% of businesses never answer a single customer support. Now, I don't know if you've experienced this, but I get really frustrated. I get really pissed off when I'm having a challenge with a product or a service or a software, and I type in a customer support ticket. I want help. I don't want to be ignored. And for people like you and I who want to make sure this becomes a career and makes money out of this, that's a perfect example. How much money do you think that company wastes or loses every single month because they just don't answer their customers? And now here's the hard part, because a lot of people get angry at those businesses. They don't care about me. They're lazy. They're this. Let me give you an alternative. It's not that they're lazy. It's that they're overwhelmed. It's that they're overworked. If I call a plumber because my toilet is leaking, the sink is leaking, I call a plumber. If he doesn't answer because he's underneath a sink trying to fix it, it's not because he was lazy, it's because he's working. But what do I do with that plumber? I don't call him back. I call the next guy. I call the next guy. I call the next person until someone answers the phone for me. And that's what this AI automation thing, this is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about creating these special AI avatars to replace human beings and robots and all this stuff. I'm talking about simple automations that actually work, that are worth a lot of money. Does this make sense, guys? Are you with me here? Yes?
Well, Steve, I just wanted to mention, didn't we see somewhere where it said on average small businesses lose out on like $126,000 a year just simply for not answering the phone on time?
Spot on. Spot on.
I mean, that's
That
just
was
a
a study
simple
that just
task.
came out like 2 months ago.
And that's a simple task, which is not answering the phone. Now imagine other inefficiencies that they are, that these small businesses, the moms and pop shops have throughout their business, and how much more money that they could be making if they had these holes plugged in, right?
100%. It's fascinating because, like you said, the plumber is a good example. But I don't know if you've ever experienced this in your own business where you just didn't answer the phone and it wasn't because you were tired. Maybe you were asleep. Who knows? But AI allows this. And let me tell you guys something really special here. AI allows small businesses to not stay small-minded. And if you're here today, we want to make sure that you can help them not stay in this small, tiny little box. You can actually help them. So if that makes sense, I can move on to the next one. Is that cool, Bashar? Are we good?
Let's do it, man. Let's do it.
So some of you guys already asked in the chat here, like, okay, cool, but can you like show me how this works or whatever? Great, I can show you exactly. You don't need to be techie anymore. Some of you have heard of a couple of interesting insights by like vibe coding. Has anyone heard the term vibe coding yet? Give me a yes or a no in the chat. Have you heard of vibe coding? Vibe coding, it's kind of a silly phrase. What it means is like if you go into ChatGPT and you type in a prompt, it'll write code for you for a piece of software. Now, it's not perfect. It doesn't work all the time, but I want to give you a couple of examples. Have you heard of these pieces of software? Have you used some of these AI already? Some of you guys already told me you did. But whether it's ChatGPT or Claude or Midjourney and Gemini and Grok, let me give you a couple ones that you might not have heard of yet. And this is kind of what we use to run this AI automation business, right? So here's what it is. Number one is Make. Make, N8N, and Zapier, right? So these are, Michael, Perplexity is another good one too, but who cares about the LLMs, like the large language models? These are the three that help you to build automations for yourself or for small businesses. So what's interesting about Make is that it's a drag and drop editor. So you just drop and drag a couple of nodes in there and you can make sure there's a couple of things. A couple of you guys use this already. Cool. Tanya, you're using this one? That's fantastic. N8N is another good one. So when Bashar said you're going to learn how to create your first agent, a lot of the agents have templates. And if you look at all these, basically this is what connects all of these apps. So out of curiosity, this is a silly question, but just tell me for a second. Have you used Gmail? Have you used Google Sheets? Have you used a CRM before, like ClickFunnels or Go High Level or HubSpot or Slack? These are the pieces of software that basically every company runs on, right? What Make, N8N, and Zapier do is connect them because they don't talk well to each other. So part of the thing that we're doing with AI and automations and drag and drop automations like this is to make sure that these connect. So imagine if you're helping a business, they're running a Facebook ad, someone fills out a form, That information only goes to Facebook unless someone like you comes by and sets up an automation to deliver that information into their email, into their spreadsheet, into their CRM. And how valuable is that? I got to tell you, I've even looked at Bashar here. I know Bashar has spent thousands of dollars per month to hire a person who's an expert at this to do this for him. Because in the past, it was really difficult. Today, it's really easy. Are you guys with me here? Is this making sense? Yeah, perfect. And here's what's interesting. You don't need to do any of this from scratch anymore. There's already smarter people than you and I that have already created thousands of templates that you can literally copy, paste, and install into a company. The challenge in AI is not how to use AI. Because when people are like, oh, I got to be techie, listen, I'm not techie, and I do this every single day. And the challenge with this is like most people don't know which of these templates to use. Make has over 7,000 you can use. NNN has almost 6,000. Zapier has 10,000, right? And 100%, Peter just said these automations have great templates you can cross-check in between. Yeah, some of them you can even look back and forth in. But here's the truth. Let me tell you, if you're serious about turning this into a career business, businesses don't pay for flashy things. They just want results. They pay for simple fixes that save time, stop mistakes, and make money. And one of the best things that we sell in our little agency is just an automated email reply. Someone submits an ad and someone replies within a second. Customer service tickets, super simple responses. Rohan asks, are these free or paid? There is a free version of all three of these. And then the more you use it, you got to pay for some of the usage, but that's really it. But I mean, here's the truth, guys. For some small businesses, updating a Google sheet, I don't know if you know people who do this, but their entire job is like data entry, that they spend all day just updating a Google spreadsheet. AI lets that person do more important work. So it's not like it's going to replace every human on the planet. But listen, you don't got to be a tech genius. These are just drag and drop solutions. That's what it is. So, Bashar, am I going too fast? Is this good?
This is awesome, man. By the way, guys, are you enjoying this so far? Is this valuable? If it is, drop a yes in the chat. And also do me a favor, drop your biggest takeaway so far from the presentation. We've been together for about 35, 40 minutes now. Drop your biggest takeaway in the chat. I really want to make sure that you guys are following. Really want to make sure that you guys are on with us and that you guys are keeping up. I want to make sure that we're not going too fast, too slow. We're not boring you. You're not falling asleep, and that we're delivering to you. Now, here's one thing that I do have a question about, Steve. You're saying that this stuff is easy, right? You don't need to be techie. You don't need to know coding. You don't need to know. I think he said something about vibe or something. I don't know what that word is. Above my pay grade. Above my pay grade here. But can you show us a real life example of like maybe an AI solution that anyone watching can easily set up and then go maybe, I don't know, next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, install in a business and make $500, $1,000? Drop in the chat. Actually, before you share, drop in the chat here, guys. If you are open to us showing you right now a simple drag and drop solution, AI solution that you can literally download and go install in a business and get paid a few $100 at the end of this week. Drop a yes in the chat. Okay. Well, Steve, why don't you show us? I mean, I'm pretty sure you got some examples up your sleeve here. Who here loves Steve's teacher sweater, professor sweater? Like he looks like a college professor, Love it.
The missus made it for me, so I get to show it off in front of everyone.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah. Let me hang on. I'm not sharing my screen, am I?
No, you're not.
Where is my Zoom? Come here, Zoom. 1 second, team.
All right. Let's see.
Zoom disappeared on me.
Uh-oh. Well, you're still here, so that's good.
I'm still here. That's a good thing.
Yeah, you're still here, so that's awesome.
See, isn't this the real deal, guys? I'm not even techie, and I'm doing this. There we go.
Exactly. If Steve can pull it off, I know we all can pull it off.
Okay. Can you see this, team? Can everyone see this? Yes?
Yes, we can.
Just a bunch of little circles. Okay. This is, This is Make. If you've never seen Make before, that's what this is, right? It's called make.com. Like I said, there's a free version. You can go in there and play with it so you can start to understand it and do all that sort of stuff. And I'll show you how to do it too. But here's the scenario that I set up for this one. So imagine someone goes to your website and they fill out a contact us form. And you've seen a million of these on a website, right? You go to the website, there's like a contact form, and there's a little form. Fill out your name and your email and what you want, right? And so what this automation does is you see, this is just drag and drop. And I want to show you how simple this is because it's literally like add a module. What do you want it to do? Gmail, ChatGPT, Google Sheets, Flow, like it's really pretty simplistic, right? I'll delete this so it doesn't screw up my thing. But here's what this first one does. I'll try to zoom in so everyone can see it here. This first one waits for an email to show up that came from the support. What it does then is it sends it over to ChatGPT. It says, read this email. Then it writes a response to that email and it copies and pastes it into Gmail. Now, there's a little tool here that says sleep. And all this does is give it a wait period because this moves so fast, it's kind of creepy. What I mean is, imagine if you hit a support ticket and within a split second, you had a response that's like, hey, I read everything that you told me and it's so great. Like that's a little weird, right? So what it does is it waits for a couple of seconds and then it emails the person. So in this case, all I did was create a draft because sometimes it's important still to have a human in the loop. You'll hear this phrase a lot, human in the loop, meaning AI does the work, but a human being checks it. So what this little thing does is it waits for an email to come in, it reads it, it writes a response, it puts a draft in my Gmail, right? And there's a couple, I see a bunch of notes in here. Some of these questions I'll answer at the end because they're a little bit complex, but let's just run it real quick. So I'll just go through here and I'll just run this once and I hit run and you see it working. It pops up a little bubble, pops up a little bubble, pops up a little bubble. There it is. It's waiting a couple of seconds and it's in my email. Now, if I go to my email right now, which I scroll up here and I go into my drafts, any second, I should see, I'll hit refresh here. My Google Workspace, boom, there's a draft in my inbox. So now I can read this and I can say, okay, send if I want to send this, right? And listen, what it says doesn't matter because you can change all this, right? But I just wanted to give you an example of like, boom, now that's done. If I wanted it to send automatically, I would just link it up to this one instead of this one. Is that pretty cool, guys, or what? Does that make sense?
So it's you're saying is just like that. If this was a business and I submitted the support ticket, they can automate this entire thing and then give me a response without a human actually doing anything about it?
100%.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. How many here either have a business that can benefit from something like this or know a business that can benefit from something like this? Drop a yes in the chat if you feel like either you have something that can benefit from it or you know someone that can benefit from it. Now, let me ask a question. How much do you think this one solution or the lack of thereof is costing that business? Just put a number. $1,000 a month, 10,000 a month, 2,000 a month, whatever that is, right? Maybe they have an employee right now doing it that they're charging 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. I'm seeing 3, I'm seeing 10, 2,000. Okay. So now let me ask a question. Wouldn't you agree that those businesses would be more than happy, delighted to pay you between $500 to $2,000 to install a solution like this in their business? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, hell yeah, this would be like incredibly, for them, it would be a no-brainer. Okay. Well, now let me ask you one more question. How many here would love for us to give you this? It's already set up. It's already done. Give you this so that way you can download it and take it to a local business next to you and say, hey, local business, you've got this problem. I've got a solution. Pay me $500. Pay me $1,000. If you do, drop a yes in the chat. And if you stay until the end of this presentation, I will actually show you how you guys can get a piece of this template that Steve has already built for his business, so that way you guys can go to a local business and install it for their business and get paid $500, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000. Does that sound good? If that sounds good, drop heck yes in the chat. Cool. All right, Steve, we're running a little behind schedule. Let's get to secret number 3.
We got to speed up.
Let's
there was a
go.
couple of really good questions. Jasmine and Rain. Jasmine, keep your question. Put it in the Q&A for me because I got a good answer for you. Rain said someone literally just tried to sell them this for 5,500 bucks. Well, Rain,
Wow.
now you get it for free. So
Wow.
you get that. So there you go. Now you don't got to pay it. You can install it yourself. But anyways, let's keep going. Can we go a little faster? Is that okay, team? Okay, here's secret number 3. And this is the truth. People are already begging. By the way, can you see my screen okay? Am I sharing the slides again, my friends?
Yeah, you probably want to press on slideshow at
Let me
the
go
top.
slideshow so we can see a little bigger. Okay, cool. All right. Listen,
Still not
this is
showing,
the other
Steve.
secret. If you think you're too late, you're
Steve?
not. If
Oh,
you
there it
think
is.
you need to be
Sorry.
techie, you don't. Are we good?
Yeah, sorry. There was a little bit of a delay. Keep going.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so again, secret one, right? If you think you're too late, you're not. I promise you. If you think you need to be techie, you don't, because I'm not, and I can make that, right? Secret number 3 is, guys, people are maybe wondering, like, well, I don't even know how to sell this. I don't know who to sell it to. Yeah, how do I find a client? How do I sell it? Look, there are literally millions of people already looking for help. And the funny thing is, most people are like, well, who would even hire me if I'm brand new? Businesses are already out there looking for people, and there's platforms like Upwork and Fiverr and stuff like that that there are thousands and thousands of jobs. And now, before you go off and say like, well, I know what Fiverr is or I know what Upwork is, my friends, I gotta tell you, there is not a good marketplace yet for AI experts like you can become if you want to be. So going back to places like Upwork and Fiverr, all these businesses, and I'll maybe give you an example here in a second, but there are businesses that are literally spending hundreds of thousands of dollars again on Upwork just to hire people to do automations for them. Simple one-off things like we just explained. Not because they're not smarter, not because they're not good, but because they just don't have time to do it, right? I posted this on my Facebook today. There was a guy who charged a law firm $15,000 to just create a document reader for their attorneys. And they showed them exactly how to do it. And they're like, I don't want to do it. You do it. Here's 15 grand. Like, that's awesome, right? So, listen, small businesses don't have in house talent yet. That's why you're right on time for this. And they want to look for someone like you. And they're going to marketplaces. And a lot of these people, I'll tell you, they don't even know where to look to find people. Like, all you got to do is be findable to the people who are already looking for you. You don't really need to look hard to find AI clients because people are already, oh, I wish I had that. You guys just said it a second ago. And if you were to demo this for other businesses, like it's really simple. They're like, oh, wait, yeah, we don't answer all our support tickets. We don't answer our emails. We're overwhelmed. We can't always answer the phone. We can't always answer our social media messages. Like, I would love this to be automated. Boom, you got them. Like, you don't have to sell this stuff. It's not hard. And the truth is, they're not looking for someone with like a PhD. They're not looking for, I like to call them rocket surgeons. They're not looking for rocket surgery here. They're looking for just basic people who can solve the problem. They don't care about your resume. They don't care about your grades in school. They just want to know, can you fix this thing? That's all that really matters, right? So simple automations can really be there. And Nicole said it right. You're educating them. It's not a sale. And more so than educating them, you're just asking, hey, like, what's the pain point? How many hours are you spending on this? How much money is this costing you? Like, can we just fix it with an automation so you don't have to stay up all night answering emails? Like, come on, right? So, uh, and I've said this multiple times now, but I got to tell you, for a lot of businesses, they still run their business on a Google spreadsheet. And if you just were able to automate that for them, that's going to save them 5, 10, 15 hours a week. And how much are you paying someone for that? 10, 20, $30 an hour, maybe more? So it's worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, right? And that's more valuable than any fancy degree or anything like that, right? So, listen, you don't need to hire if anyone will, you don't need to wonder if anyone will hire you. They're already out there on these platforms. And listen, guys, I do cold emails sometimes and people just like respond to cold emails. I know sometimes that feels spammy when you're in your own inbox, but nobody ever gets upset about an ad for something that they want. And that's what we do that. So you just got to be there to be able to say, yeah, I can do that. So that's the game right there.
Love it. That's awesome. How many believe that is helpful? How many found value in that right there? I think we're looking at a blank screen here. What's happening? There we go.
Oh,
All
it's just
right.
the slides.
Very cool. All right. Very good.
I
Well,
can stop sharing again.
yeah, no, no worries. You're good, man. You're good. Well, listen, Steve, you're saying that there are businesses that want this help, that there are businesses that need this help, that there are businesses that are literally desperate for this help, and that we can, we just saw in secret number two that it's easy to install these templates and to create them and to create these solutions. But then now you're also saying that it's easy to find businesses. Is there a couple places that you can show us on how we, because now we have a solution. Where do we find a business? I saw some questions in the chat. How do I find a business to actually install this to? Cool, I have the solution, but how do I find a business to install this? Is there a way for you to show us?
Yeah, why don't I just pull up Upwork so you know I'm not just full of crap here. Can you guys see this? Can everyone see my screen again one more time? This is
Yes.
Upwork. If you've not been on Upwork in a long time, they've kind of updated their stuff or whatever. But literally all I did was lead scraper. So I'll tell you, if you go through Upwork, the number one AI automation thing that people are asking for right now is a lead scraper. And it's one of the things that we teach, inside our little group right now is like, how do you scrape leads for people? And what that means is you go on Google Maps, you go on LinkedIn, or you go anywhere else, and you just try to get a list of people who might be interested in your products or services. So there's a lot of businesses. And if I start scrolling through here, here's keyword and country-based lead finder. That's a lead scraper. They've spent 7,000 in the last so far and on Upwork. So it's not like they don't have money to give you. You scroll down here and there's people, here's an estimated budget for a lead generation, CRM automation, 2,000 bucks. Hey, here's scraping. Now these guys have spent $60,000 on here. So when some people kind of poo-poo on the idea of like going to Fiverr, I don't want to do all this work for $5. You're not getting paid $5 for this stuff, my friends. Like this is the next thing that everyone's looking for right now. Lead generation for forklift dealers. They've spent 5K. And a lot of these people, once you do one job for them, what do you think happens? What do you think happens to that relationship? Do they want you to just go away and never talk to them again? Or do you think you become their person and they want you to do one thing after another after another? You build a rapport. Nathan's nailed it, right? Once you find a tech person, I've been in business. I've been in a lot of businesses. So is Bashar. Both of us experience this the same way. When we find a tech person we can trust, we just go back to that person over and over and over again. And that's why this is such an insane opportunity when people are like, well, 500 bucks, 1,000 bucks, that's not going to change my life. No, but that client will change your life. I can promise you that much. So listen, this is just one. We've got 4 different types of lead buckets that we look for clients like this, but this is just one of the fastest, easiest ones to get you started. So guys, I know I'm going really fast here and I know we're trying to keep on tight time frame, but does this make sense? Do you see this?
Yeah, I just want to know something here. Like, I want you guys to look at these businesses. Like this business in Dubai has spent $60,000 on these simple automations that Steve just showed you guys, right? Now, it says location Germany, but here's the beautiful thing. You could do this from anywhere in the world. So you could live in the US and you could service a company that's in Germany or in Dubai or whatever, right? You don't have to physically be there. Now, as Steve mentioned, we do teach 4 different strategies. One of them is local businesses. So regardless where you live, there's a strategy where you can actually approach local businesses. There's other strategies like this one right here, where you can literally just like, here's what I want you guys to understand. Right now in this room, there's 359 people. Outside of me and Steve, 357. Okay. If you guys take this automation, this AI solution that Aaron just showed you guys earlier, and all of you, go to Upwork, you guys can all literally hit up these businesses and try to sell them this solution and charge anywhere between $500 to $2,000. And you all can literally do this week. That's the beautiful thing about this, right? Because it is literally that simple, right? Now, obviously, if you want this solution, make sure that you stay until the end. I know we kind of sped up here towards the end, but I really want to make sure that we are over delivering to you guys. We promised 90 minutes. I want to make sure that we are putting everything that, that we want to deliver to you in these 90 minutes for you guys, right? And so drop in the chat for me. Drop in the chat for me if so far that's been valuable. Drop in the chat for me if so far that's been viable. Drop in the chat for me a yes if you have taken some notes and you're looking at them and you're like, man, I could do this. Drop a yes in the chat for me if you feel a lot more confident in yourself and your ability to leverage AI to make money from it. Maybe you came in a little overwhelmed. Maybe you came in a little bit, kind of not knowing exactly where to start, what to do. You see all the different technologies. This company went public. This company, this new software. Every day there's like a new thing, and you are just overwhelmed. You don't know where to start. But after what Steve just shared, you feel a lot more confident. You're like, this is actually a lot simpler than I thought. Here's the myth about AI. It's that a lot of people try to overcomplicate it. It is actually not that complicated. It's fairly simple. It's fairly simple. And as Steve just showed you guys, there's these different platforms like Make, like N8N, like Zapier. They have thousands of templates like the one that Steve showed you, the simple email. That's a template. There are thousands of them that you guys can download and go to these businesses and sell it to them for hundreds, thousands of dollars. You saw a simple template could save a business thousands of dollars every month. You guys charge them a one-time fee of $1,000, $2,000. They'll be more than happy to pay you and probably pay you a few $100s every single month to keep maintaining it. And then after you do a great job, they'll come back to you and say, hey, I love it. What else can you do for me? And you're like, well, let me look at your business. That's like how you get your foot in the door. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If that makes sense, drop a yes in the chat. If you're like, man, I could do this. Like I could see myself actually building a career, being an AI business strategist and really helping local businesses. Because I want you guys to understand, keyword help. That's what it's all about. It's about helping businesses make more money. And when they make more money, they'll be more than happy to give you a piece. Does that make sense? Okay. So look, we've been together now for about an hour. Okay. We've been together now for about an hour. Okay. We've shared with you guys all this information over the past hour, which is fairly simple that you guys can do. Okay. Now, as I mentioned to you earlier, our mission here at BJK University since day one has been to impact 1 million lives through empowering families with skills they can turn into income. That's our mission. It's not just our business. It is our business, but it is our mission. That's how we make decisions. That's why we exist. The first skill was e-commerce, selling products online. Today, the best skill that we know that people can leverage to make money online with is becoming a certified AI business strategist. Not just a business strategist, but a certified. So that way you know the ins and outs of how to leverage, how to create these automations, how to locate businesses, how to talk to them, how to manage, how to do all that, right? And so you have been listening to us for the last hour. You have been taking notes. And I really hope you guys have really been taking notes, a lot of notes, right? And now, where we are right now, we are kind of at I guess we could say at a crossroads, right? Right now, where we are today, at this moment, we are at a crossroads, okay? And the reason being, the reason why I say that
we are sharing your screen, Bashar?
I am actually, yes. Sharing it right now. There we go. Thank you. We are at a crossroads, right? Simply because you have a decision to make right this moment, okay? First decision is that you take everything you learned today, like, all right, I'm not late. I am actually on time. Here's a simple AI solution that I can implement. Here's one way that I can go find clients and go install it for them. Now, here's the thing. Although it's fairly simple, but this way it's going to be stressful. There is really no guarantee of results. It's going to be painful, it's going to be expensive, and it's going to be long. And I can speak from personal experience simply because I have launched a total of 9 businesses. The first 7 miserably failed. Why? Because I try to do it all by myself. I try to do something that I had not done before. I try to do it on my own. I watched some YouTube videos, I attended some webinars, and I was like, all right, I got it. And then before I knew it, there were 2, 3 things that were missing in every single business that I launched. Had I known those 2, 3 things, I would have scaled my business massively. Because at the end of the day, the difference between the right way and the wrong way, it's literally one single turn, one single exit, an exit too early, too late. The second way is you do it together. You get to leverage mine and Steve's combined experience, 12 businesses between the two of us, 23 years of combined experience. This is where we provide you support and hold you accountable by our entire team This is the most affordable because it shrinks time, it collapses time. And let's face it, guys, time is our most valuable asset. It's not money, it's time. Because money, we're able to replenish it. Does that make sense? How many here agree that time is your most valuable asset? It's not money, it's not even relationships. It is time. Drop a yes in the chat if you agree with that. And it is the most fun. Why do I say that? Because one of our core values at BJK University literally is fun. And we here love to have fun. Okay? We here at BJK University love to have fun. So I have a quick question for you guys. You've been with us for about an hour, a little over an hour. For the last 6 months, Steve and I have been working on something very special for all of you. And this is the very first time that we're going to be revealing it. But before I do, I want to make sure that I have your permission. I want to make sure that I have your permission because look, we can sit here and we can try to teach you everything that we know, that Steve knows, my business experience, and we can try to teach it to you, but we will be here for literally weeks. So we couldn't fit any more in a short 90-minute presentation, which is why we put together a small program that we believe can help you become a certified AI business strategist and land your first paying client in 30 days. So my question for you is, do I have your permission to spend the next 5-10 minutes sharing that with you and showing you what it is and what it comes with? If I do, drop a yes in the chat for me, please. If I have your permission, drop a yes in the chat. All right, so the chat is blowing up with yeses. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been something, first of all, it is my honor to present it to you guys because this is something that's been getting worked on. This is a vision that started 8 years, 11 days ago. And today, it is becoming a reality. For the very first time, BJK University is expanding and it's going to be providing its second skill ever. And you, ladies and gentlemen, have the opportunity to be first movers and have first row seating into what's going to happen next. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce you to the AI Business Strategist Certification Program. The AI Business Strategist Certification Program. Now, in this program, what you will be getting, number one, you'll get a 30-day cohort. This is where you get to work with me and Steve in a daily group coaching where we will be working on daily, 5 days a week, actually 6 days a week, to helping you land your first paying client in 30 days. We will start Monday, next Monday, and we'll be working with you every day live to helping you land your first client in 30 days. And that alone is valued at $2,997. Okay? And this is what it would look like. Week 1, we build momentum. We help you generate leads. Week 2, we build your first AI agent and automation. Week 3, we land your first paying client. And week 4, we deliver results and get you certified and continue helping you across the journey. So that's what the 4 weeks would look like in the first 30 days. The second thing is you'll get a 90-day support. So you'll have me and Steve and our team in your corner. This is where you have a community. You got weekly Q&As. Steve will be going live literally every single week to help you stabilize delivery after the win. So you've found a business, you installed their AI solution. We will work with you for 90 days to make sure that you've got everything that you need. If you have any questions, we answer them for you. Start scaling your business and start actually taking it to the next level. And this alone is valid at $4,997. And the third thing is you get 3 months of unlimited one-on-one coaching with Steve himself. I think this $3,000 value is missing a zero because it's definitely not worth $3,000. But let me ask you guys a question. How many here would love to be able to have Steve on speed dial and have unlimited one-on-ones? Whenever you need Steve, you can send him a message and you can get on a call with him one-on-one. This is not like you and 7 others or 10 others or 2 others. This is just you and Steve on FaceTime, you asking him questions, him answering him giving you answers, him moving you along your journey. How many here think just this alone is like super freaking valuable? Drop a yes in the chat. I mean, shit, I want this. Steve, can I have you one-on-one, bro? I don't think I get that kind of attention.
I'm a little pricey.
So listen, here's what you get today. Number 1, 30-day cohort. Daily group coaching every single day for the next 4 weeks. and execution sprints to secure your first client in 30 days. Valid at $2,997. 90-day support, community plus weekly Q&A to stabilize delivery after the win. We got your client. Now we're going to work with you for an extra 60 days so that way we make sure that you get everything that you need. That alone is valid at $4,997. And 3 months, 3 total months of unlimited one-on-one support by Steve himself. And that, my friends, all valid at $10,994. But that's not all, because this is the gift that does not stop giving. Because we're going to have some fast action bonuses for those fast action takers that are going to jump on today. Number 1, Client Engine. You get templates, scripts, emails, DMs, everything that you need, plug and play for outreach, follow-up, diagnostic, as well as securing your first client. And that alone is valid at $1,297. You don't have to guess what to say. You don't have to guess what DM to say, what picture to send, what script to send. You copy paste everything and you send it. We got you covered. Bonus number 2, Offer Pack. Over 20 pre-built use cases. So did you see in secret number 2 how Steve showed you that use case, which is email automation? We have 20 of those already created for you so you can download and install in a business. So that way you don't have to think, what solution do I give to what business? We will give you 20 pre-built solutions already, so you don't have to build anything from scratch. You don't have to do anything. And chances are 95% of the businesses you're going to talk to are going to probably take one of those. Okay, one of those 20. And plus, we're going to give you an ROI calculator so that way you can know how much to charge these businesses. Now, we say that the range is between 500 and 2,000, but there are businesses that sometimes we charge them 5,000, 10,000, 15,000, right? And we will give you a calculator that gives you those numbers as well. Number 3, Business Locator Kit. This is a list of 22 plus businesses that you can pick from to secure your first client in less than 30 days. So you don't have to think, what kind of business do I help? Do I help plumbers? Do I help electricians? But what about this? We're going to give you 22 types of businesses that you can choose from. Okay? And this is a template, and it also has a list of how much to charge them and what kind of solutions work with them. So this business, these are the 5 top solutions that fit this. This business, top 7 solutions to fit with this. And that alone is valid at $14.97. Not to mention, this by itself, I think this is worth everything. Your first client secured by us. You will get our team of experts to help you secure your first client at no extra cost for you. So what does this look like? We will show you how to generate leads. We will show you how to generate businesses. You get one of our expert team to get on with you and help you secure that client, so that way you're not out there by yourself figuring out like, oh my God, what do I say? How do I say? What if they say this? What if they say that? How do I handle this? How do I handle that? You get us in your corner helping you secure your first client. And these are people that have generated tens of millions of dollars online. On the right side, that's a plaque for 25 million. On the left side, that's a plaque for $10 million. So they kind of know a thing or two about securing clients. And we will do that for you. And that alone is valued at $14.97. Not to mention your first AI agent built by us. So you saw that Steve has one AI agent, one AI solution built for you already. Well, guess what? You go and you talk to a business and they're like, hey, I need this AI solution. And you look at the list of 20 templates that we have for you and you're like, oh, but this is not here. No problem. Hey, Steve, can you please build this for me? No problem. The first one is on us. The first one is on us. We will build it for you. All you got to do is drag and drop, install in a business, bang, you, my friend, just made money like that. And that alone is valid at $2,497. And bonus number 6, free ticket to our 2-day in-person VIP event. How many here were in our September VIP event? Drop a yes in the chat if you were just in our VIP event. I mean, these things are a freaking blast. They happen here in Miami, I can't say hometown. I guess it is my hometown. I was at 5 years ago. But my God, are those fun. We spend 2 full days of masterminding, connecting with 7, 8, 9-figure entrepreneurs. We go out to some of my favorite steak houses. If you don't like steak, well, shit, we can't be friends. No, I'm just kidding. There's some vegans actually in our group. We kind of put them in the corner there with like a little table and like a carrot, and we say, just go sit there by yourself. I am just kidding. This is being recorded.
Bashar, be nice.
Oh my God, this is being recorded. Okay. I think it's being recorded, right? I hope it's being recorded. Well, again, You get to hang out with us here in Miami, hang out by the beach, have a great time, meet some people, learn some stuff, and have some good food, some good carrots and good steaks, and have a great time. All right. So all of this again, 30-day cohort, 90-day support, 3 months of unlimited one-on-one, 6 bonuses, client engine, templates, scripts, emails, DMs, all that for you. Valid at $12.97. Bonus number 2, offer pack, 20 plus use cases built for you. All you got to do is just drag and drop and install. That's it. Business locator kit, list of 22 local businesses and different business types that you can target and you can hit up and get them to install this for you. Number 4, your first client secured by us. Get our team of experts. Get our team of experts to locate your first or to secure your first client for you. Also, your first AI solution built by us. Get Steve and his team to build it for you. And it's single ticket to our in-person event. By the way, guys, these tickets go between $2,500 to $5,000. Some of you guys here, I saw Josh, I saw a few of you, you guys have paid up to $5,000 for these tickets, for these events, right? So when I put $2,500 value, that's like the lowest. The lowest people have put. How many here were in that event and paid, at least $2,500? Drop me in the chat. I know many of you guys, I saw several of those names. So listen, all of this package is valued today at $22,279. And let me tell you, if this was me 10 years ago, when I started my restaurant business, I would have jumped like crazy on this thing. You know why? Because the first business that I started 10 years ago cost me over $200,000. How many here have started a business before and have cost you way more than $20,000? Drop yes in the chat. And how many here that have started the business took you months before you made your first dollar? For me, I went 3 years and made zero money from that business. Well, in this business, we will help you make your first dollar in 30 days. Your first, in fact, $500 to $2,000 in 30 days. So listen, because it is our mission to impact 1 million lives at a time, we thought, you know what? 22,000, although that seems fair, but actually, what if we charged only 20,000 for this? And at 20,000, it would be absolutely worth it. Drop a yes in the chat if you believe at 20,000 it would be a steal. It's like, dude, are you kidding me? I can probably go get like 2-3 clients in the next 30 days and pay this back like that. With a few of those solutions, with just the solution that Steve showed me, I can probably make that money back in the next 60 days. But even at that, we thought, no, what if we only charge $15,000? Would that be worth it? Well, absolutely, man. Absolutely. Because again, if this was me 10 years ago, I would have jumped all over it. Just the debt that I came out of, my business was $150,000, 10 times this amount. If I can pay $15,000 and then go and make $2, $3, $5, $10,000 in the next 30, 60 days and then do that every single month, I'd be like, sign me up. But it's not even going to cost you that. Here's what we've got for you today. We've got something very special for you that is only available on this presentation. Are you ready for it? If you are, drop a yes in the chat. Drop some drum rolls for me. Drum rolls, please. Drum rolls. Come on. Drum rolls in the chat for me. Ladies and gentlemen, everything that I just shared with you today, you can get today. You can get today after you get on a call with someone from our team. After you get on a call from someone from our team. Now, here's a link that you're going to see that our team is going to drop in the chat. You can go and schedule a call. Now, why are we not making this available? That you can just buy, because we could easily just put a price tag on it and tell you to go buy it right now and enroll. Instead, we decided that we're only going to take 50 people. We're launching this program today, and we want to make sure that we get your results. So what we want to do is, our goal here, remember what I said in the beginning. Our mission at BJK University is to impact 1 million lives. And if we just jam hundreds of people, because look, how many of you are here? Over 300 of you are here right now. If we just jam hundreds of you in this program, I mean, how good is that? Are we actually going to deliver to you the kind of results that we want? Probably not. Instead, we said, we're only going to let in 50 people, and we're actually going to do an interview process. You have to qualify for this program. So even if you go and schedule a call, it doesn't mean you automatically qualify. Even if you've got credit card in hand, you're like, dude, Bashar said it's valid at 22,000. I'm good. Charge me the 22,000. Here's my credit card. I don't care. Guess what? You can still be denied because it's not about the money. It's not about the money. It's about the impact for us. And in order for us to truly deliver the impact, we have to make sure that you are a good fit for what we do. Because the better the fit, the better the results. Unless you are a good fit for what we're doing, we cannot give you good results. So it's very important that we do that. So listen, registration's open right now. You can start having calls. Our team is ready to start conducting those calls and look at your applications, review your applications. So click the link in the chat and go schedule a call with our team. There's going to be a short survey. Please fill it out. Just because you're able to schedule a call beyond the survey doesn't mean you're qualified. This is just a way for us to understand who you are. So that way when we're on the phone, we can answer your questions correctly. And then from there will be about a 30, 45-minute interview process where our team will ask some questions. And if you qualify, then we'll extend an invite to you. Again, only 50 spots. Over 300 people on this call. We will more than, we will get the 50 people for sure before Sunday, right? Does that sound good? Cool. Now listen, if you're like, okay, cool, this sounds great, but hey, I just want the certification program. I don't want all the extra bonuses. We also created a package for you. And this will be the 90-day cohort, right? This will be the 30-day cohort. This will be the 90-day support, and which is valid at $7,994. We will throw in the 3 bonuses as well, which is the client engine, the template scripts, all that. We will give you the pre-built use cases as well as the business locator kit. Okay, and this is all valid at $12,785. And again, you've got to schedule a call. So there are 2 different packages that you can choose from, but you can only choose those packages on the phone if you qualify. Okay, so click the link in the chat right now. Go schedule a call, get on the phone, and then if you qualify, they will extend an invite. They will share with you the different package investments. And obviously, option 1 is the option that I would choose if I was you, because I'm like, dude, I get Steve Unlimited 101. You guys, install my first AI solution. You guys secure my first, AI client. You guys help me do all that. Like, give me that. I get to hang out with you guys for 2 days. I want option number 1. And if I was you, I would choose option number 1 if a spot is made available to you. Okay? And listen, here's the thing. We put together a 30-day money-back guarantee because, again, our mission here is to impact people's lives. If you enroll for whatever reason or no reason at all, you're like, actually, this is not for me, no worries. Reach out to support@bjkuniversity.com and we will refund your money. We want to remove all the risk from you and only give you the upside. Okay? And today, we're not asking you to make a decision. We're just asking you to make a commitment of 30 minutes. That's it. Get on a call, see if you qualify first. And then if you do, then I would say choose option number 1. That's what I would do if I was you. All right. So either, scan this QR code or click the link in the chat. I believe you guys dropped that in the chat. Is that correct? Has it been dropped? Yep. I see that it's been dropped. Very cool. And go on and book that call and get on with our team. All right. Awesome. Now, what we're going to do now, as we promised, we're going to be here for as long as we need to answer all of your questions. I see some questions in the Q&A box. Let me see. There is 31 questions. Holy shit, Steve, we're going to be here for a minute. That's awesome. I love that. So listen,
cool.
Steve and I are going to sit here all night answering your questions. So if you're like, hey, man, I've got the entire evening, let's go. Okay? Go book your call, see if you qualify, and also let's answer your questions. That's the first thing. But before I start answering questions, there's a couple people that I would like to bring up that I want to ask them about their experience with AI and with AI automations and how it has improved their lives or what has it done to their lives. Has it improved it? Has it not improved it? What has it done to their lives? So the first person that I'd like to bring up is actually our team member, Estuardo. Estuardo, are you here, my friend?
Yes, sir.
What's going on, buddy? How are you?
Hey, all good. Thank
All
you.
right. There you are. Cool, man. Loving the hair. Well, listen, I want you to first tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, what it is that you do, and what was it before AI, before implementing AI? What was life like before that?
Sure. So my name is Eduardo, and I'm the head of tech of BJKU. Um, I've been here for what was our 4 years, 3 years and a half, maybe. And honestly, my life has changed quite a bit since AI started grabbing energy. Mostly because it helps me optimize my time. AI, as Stephen said, helps a lot with coding and with flows. So what it helped me do the most is I don't have to write code from the very beginning and worry about a comma or a column or a semicolon, all of that good stuff. So I just ask AI for prompts. It gives me the code. I am very specific with what I need, and then I test it, and then I just tweak codes for what we need, and it helps me a lot with time management. Instead of taking me 1 hour or 2 hours to write a code or banging my head against the wall for like a day trying to figure out how to do something, it helps me figure it out faster. And with flows, like Steve said, uh, using AI to generate automated flows for stuff helps a lot. It helps me focus on more important stuff than writing code and generating flows.
That's awesome. What would you say? How much more efficient would you say your life and work has been since you started implementing AI into your work? Let's just look at hours. How many hours do you think you've gained on a weekly basis just because you've implemented AI solutions into your workspace, into what you do, into your day to day?
Maybe 2, 3 hours a day
Two,
of
3 hours a day.
not having to write code, not having to generate the flows. That's a lot of ant work that is
Mhm.
has been taken away from my day.
Yes,
Uh, you can focus on the bigger stuff in the
yes.
planning section.
That's awesome. So you guys can see that Eduardo is very techy, right? So he's on the tech side. But even him, for a position like his, which is like that's what he does. He does tech. Like literally, his position is head of tech for BJK University. Even for him, it's like, yeah, I'm leveraging AI, and I don't have to I don't have to do tech work. Like I can literally just go to ChatGPT and I can say, hey, I'm trying to implement this. I'm trying to do this. I don't want to sit there and write code. Like just do it for me. And then it gives him a solution, and then it installs in the thing that he's trying to do, right? And so imagine if you were a business strategist that can go to a business and talk to someone like Eswar and be like, hey, man, did you know that you could actually make your life a lot easier? And these are the different solutions that you can install and then make that business a lot more efficient, right? That's awesome. Anything that you want to share with anyone here, maybe thinking, hey, AI, man, it just sounds too complicated. It sounds like, I don't have any tech. Like Estuardo, that's what you do. You're a tech guy, but I'm not a tech guy. Like, how do I do this? It just sounds so scary.
Yeah. Well, it's actually not that complicated. I think if you have the right mentor
Mm,
and the right tools,
yes,
you can learn to do it. And uh, I really don't think there's a huge threshold. Obviously, depending on what you're doing, it escalates. But no, I think for simple stuff and the stuff that we're looking at right now, it's easy to implement and easy to optimize a lot of work, right?
right.
80/20 rule.
Yes, love it. Well, Eduardo, thank you very much, sir. Appreciate you for coming on here. And thank you very much for blessing us with your awesome hair. It's getting pretty dark here. I turned on the light. I don't know if you guys can you guys still see me? There's my light. It's kind of shining in there. Cool. All right. Well, how was that so far, guys? Was that helpful? Drop a yes in the chat if you're like, all right, I love that. That's awesome. I'm seeing some questions come in the Q&A section, so that's great. We'll be answering those questions. Let's see. Steve, are there questions in here that you're like, yes, let's answer. Let's answer maybe like 3 or 4 questions. Which of those questions do you want to tackle first?
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them. Do, 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 do. Matt was asking, how does AI fit in with like analytics, like Google Analytics?
Mm,
So if you guys are kind of internet marketing nerds, someone like me, for a lot of you, there is software like Hyros that allows you to analyze Google Analytics and give you specific answers for what to do with some of your ads to make them more effective. But there's a lot of things that you can do, right? So it's hard to answer your question a little bit, Matt, because I'd have to see what your actual use case is with it. But yeah, of course, advertising in general is going to be transformed by AI, 100%. So that's a good one.
There's
Miriam
one.
is asking.
I'm
Oh, go
sorry.
ahead.
There's
Sorry.
just one real quick I wanted to answer. Bianca says, "Can I do payments if I qualify?" Bianca, if you do qualify, then you and our team member will work on something for you. There's many different payment options that we have available, so you guys can work out the payments. We don't have the payments are not an issue for us. The biggest thing for us is making sure that you are a fit for the program because the better the fit, the better the results, and that's what we're after. We're after the results versus the payments. The payments we'll figure out, right? And make sure you choose option number one because that's the option that you want to. That's the option that's got all the goodies, right? So make sure that you guys choose that. Sorry, Steve, go ahead.
No, no worries. It probably makes sense. Can you integrate usage of all these tools you mentioned, or each of it is used on its own? Well, that's the whole point of AI is to connect all of these things, right? Because each of these tools by themselves don't do a lot. But the point of you becoming a certified AI business strategist here is to learn how to connect these tools for somebody so they don't have to think about it. And that's what's so valuable. And that's why, like, it sounds silly, but you can charge thousands of dollars even per month if you wanted to solve these problems because they're really, really valuable and expensive problems for the business, but valuable for you. So I hope that answers the question pretty well.
Steve, do me a favor, and if you can dismiss the questions that you answer, because I'm
Yeah.
trying to go through them, and it's so many, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I got
Um,
you.
all right, what's another one you want to answer?
Do you need a ChatGPT subscription? Yeah, you probably need one. You should get one anyways. Even if you never do anything, you should have this. You should not spend a day of your life without an open tab with ChatGPT. That's the answer to that one right
Well,
there.
here's the cool thing about that actually. I used to have a role, which actually Steve knows. There was a role in our company that used to cost us about $20,000 a year, $20,000 a month, about 3 years ago. About a year ago, about 2 years ago, I replaced that role with a chat bot in my Chat GPT subscription. And I literally built what I want this bot to do for me in that role. And I was able to save $20,000 for $20 a month. $20 a month. That's one way that I use ChatGPT. The second way I use ChatGPT, it's my nutritionist. And having a personal nutritionist, I would have to pay anywhere between $1,000 to $3,000 a month. Well, right now, I pay $20 a month, right? I tell it what macros I want to take in, how many calories, how many carbs, how many protein, how many whatever, and it tells me exactly. After I eat my food, I'm like, hey, this is what I had. Oh, this is how many calories, this is how much this is how much that. I put in my tracker, boom, right? So as Steve said, it's like if you don't have a $20 or if you're tripping about a $20 monthly subscription, you've got bigger problems to worry about. But that's definitely something that you want to have. One question here that I wanted to answer real quick. Brad Klowitz, I think. Hey Bashar, what if I'm already signed up for a BJK University, but it's the e-commerce version? Does that mean that I have access to this program, or do I need to enroll separately? Short answer: you have to enroll separately, different program, right? And you would need to qualify for this. So just because you are in our Amazon mentorship program, it doesn't mean that you automatically qualify for this. Different programs, different qualifications. Book a call in the chat. Find the link there. Go fill out a short survey and then get on a call with our team and see if you qualify. All right. Salim says, price, please. That will be after we figure out if you qualify or not. And then our team will be more than happy to share with you. Again, there are two different options. Choose option number one. And they will tell you what it is. All right, Steve, let's answer one more. And there's one more person that I'd like to bring up here if we can have Barack ready, Eduardo. But Steve, what else you got?
There's a whole bunch of good ones. Sally was asking, like, hey, listen, I work to pay the bills, but how can I do this? And that was Sally. It's so funny. We were trying to think of like a customer for this program, and we named her Sally. So you have to sign up now. You just have to. But the whole point of this is that you spend like an hour or two a day learning the stuff, and getting out, reaching out leads. And the truth is, you want to automate your own stuff. So like your job is not to like just work 10 times harder than you're working right now. It's for you to learn this AI stuff so that you can automate big parts of your own business. So even if you are working a job right now and you want to create this as just like a side hustle or make more money or whatever, like that's the whole point of this, right? And you don't have to be like Bashar and I. Like Bashar and I are so growth driven that we want to make millions and millions of dollars and impact millions and millions of lives. We know that's not everyone's goal. Your goal might just be make a few extra $1,000s a month, and you can do that, and you can do it. I hate to say it this way because it sounds a little corny, a little cheesy, but you can almost automate the entire process once you learn it. So I hope that answers the question, Sally. And now that your name is Sally, you got to get in here. Sorry, you just have to join.
Love it. What else? Keep answering questions.
I got some tough one.
Sorry, I was just gonna say, Eduardo, I'm getting people are saying that when they submit, it goes to a YouTube channel. Is there a problem with our booking link there? If you can look
Okay.
at it. And because I also filled it out and it took me to a YouTube channel for whatever reason, make sure that it's the right link.
we should have an automation to fix that.
We should have it. Exactly.
Anybody want to sign up and sell Bashar an automation to fix his form? Okay, cool. There's some tougher questions here, which I liked, and I wanted to try to. I definitely don't want to shy away from the hard ones. So give me the hard ones. Jasmine asked earlier, and I asked her to put this one here. It makes sense, but can this be accomplished for free by sending your automated out of office message and simply adjusting the wording? Am I wrong? So what she was talking about was like an automatic response for an email. And she's partially right, but it depends on the use case. So Jasmine, as an example, if someone fills out a form on a website, that doesn't go to your personal email that way. That goes into like a CRM or like an automated piece or something like that. It also doesn't solve the issue of advertising, social media, emails from other people in the company, emails from the website, support tickets, customer service tickets. Like there's a whole bunch of stuff. And Michael's right here. You can, but it's a lot more complex. And I'll tell you, the business owners who are asking for this stuff, they don't want to deal with complex. They just want you to solve their problem. And sometimes the problem is really easy to fix. Like it's like they don't have this simple automation. Let's send an email. Let's send 3 emails. Let's send a text message. They don't know how to do that, but you're going to learn how to do that, and it's going to be easier than ever with the AI tools that we show you. So I hope that makes sense. Does that help, Jasmine? Does that kind of make sense? Because you can just put an automated response, but it's not a smart response. It's not going to answer the customer service question. Now, all of a sudden, ChatGPT can not pretend to be you, but it can act as a customer service agent and answer the question at 2 a.m. when you're asleep, right? And that's like the real value there. So, bum, ba-dum, ba-dum. Guys, I see a bunch in the chat, but we still get a whole bunch of like comments in here. So if you do have a question, drop it in the Q&A sections. We can actually mark them off one at a time, right?
Yeah, make sure that you guys are dropping your questions in the Q&A section and not in the chat, because the chat has like so many, and the Q&A already has like 20 something, you know. And Steve, just make sure that you are dismissing them as you answer them, please.
Yep, on it. Okay, my main question is, how do we find and reach these businesses that need these solutions? Well, I gave you one good example on Upwork, Fiverr. On Upwork, as an example, there's a new AI job posting every 2 minutes. That's the statistic straight from Upwork. And that just came out a month ago. Every 2 minutes, there's someone posting a new job on Upwork. So like, even if all of us just did Upwork all day long, like we couldn't handle the amount of business that they have, right? So that's it. I think it's on Tryon. Is it subscription for companies or one-time paid for those? You could do either one. So some of these automations, it makes sense to sell them a one-off solution and shake hands and go away. But that's not our goal. Our goal is to not have customers. Our goal is to have clients. The difference is a customer pays you one time and you go away, you never talk to each other ever again. A client is an ongoing relationship. And for a lot of automations, they still need to be babysit. So you need to look at them and make sure they're still working and all that. And that's valuable too. So, give you an example, some of the AI voice bots that we've kind of created for people in the past here, we charge like $2,000 to set it up and then $500 a month just to make sure if it needs to be updated, if it needs to be changed, if something needs to, if they don't like the way it responds to certain things, like you can go in there and they can have a couple of updates per month. So hopefully that's a really good example.
Hi, Steve. I just want to do a walkthrough of
Yeah.
the application real quick,
Yeah,
just
please.
because I'm getting people saying that it's going somewhere or whatever. If it's going to a YouTube page, it should really be going to a different page. But that means you, based on what you wrote, we immediately disqualified your application. But let me just kind of show you guys what you should see, just in case if you guys are seeing something that you shouldn't. So when you click on that link that the team is dropping in the chat, you should see this right here. So first one is, why do you want to become a certified AI business strategist? Just answer one of those. For example, if this was me 10 years ago, I would have said clear debt, right? How much money do you currently make per month? Let's just say at the time I was making between $3,000 to $5,000 a month. How much would you like to make per month 12 months from now? My goal was to make about $6,000 to $10,000. Why have you not been able to accomplish this goal? Let's just say lack of commitment and accountability. And then what is your current financial ability in order for you to, to do this? If you put, I don't have the financial resource to invest right now, you're going to immediately be disqualified, because even if you qualify on the call, this program has an investment, right? There is an investment that you need to invest in the program for you to become a certified, for you to go through the certification process. So if you click this, then you're going to immediately get disqualified. But let's say if this was me 10 years ago, I did not have money available, but I knew this thing called OPM, other people's money. I knew that I can partner up with people. I knew that I can borrow money from people. In fact, while I was $150,000 in debt, I borrowed money from my girlfriend's mom, who I had met like 6 months prior. I borrowed $5,000 from her to invest in a program and launch my business online. And then later I brought in an investor who invested $200,000 in my business to help me scale to 7 figures, multiple 7 figures, right? So that's what I would press. And then from there, if you're accepted today, when can you join? If you put not employing right now, I'd rather stay where I'm at, you're going to get disqualified. Because why? I mean, it doesn't make sense. For me, 10 years ago, I would have said yesterday. And then from there, you put in your name. Then you put in your email. Then you put in your phone number. Make sure that you select the country where you're from. I'm from the US. And then from there, don't click submit. Wait for the calendar to show up. Then you're going to select the time. You select whatever time is available for you. And there's a ton of slots available on our calendar. And then from there, you will be directed to a page. I would highly recommend that you watch, actually here, maybe someone can tell the team to delete my, what's it called? To delete my booking. And then schedule a call. And then from there, boom. Just don't do anything. Wait for it. And then it's going to take you to this page. Make sure you watch this. Make sure you watch this. Check out some of our testimonials and wait for your call. That's it. Simple. Simple? Yes? Drop yes in the chat if that was simple. Yes?